Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to A Golden Wake. And in the last episode, guys, Alfie was able to successfully organize the air show, and it went off perfectly, without a hitch. No chaos or casualties at all. Promise. Trust me. But yeah, that went well, guys, and Alfie has continued to move up the organization. Years have passed, but he's not as high or has moved as fast as he's wanted. However, things may be looking up because we've got a summons to actually visit Merrick at his house, and it is a very nice house, so let's see what happens here. The Merrick family home is made from coral rock. George's family bought this land when they first moved down here at the turn of the century and built this family homestead for themselves, where they've stayed ever since. Anything else? Nope. All right.
Hello, Alfie. Glad you could make it.
Thanks for having me. It's great seeing you all, although I have to confess I'm a bit confused as to why I'm here.
I'm glad to see he's managed to stay modest.
It is one of his better qualities, Mother. I just wanted to say that over the past few years, you've been extremely valuable to us. Not only have you helped immensely with establishing Coral Gables, you've also managed to climb the ranks in the office in a relatively short amount of time.
Oh, George, stop beating around the bush, would you? He knows what he's accomplished. What he's trying to say, Alfie, is that you're a man who can get things done. And as it happens, we need you for something very important.
Yes. Thank you, Eunice. My dear wife, always to the point. In any case, we're getting close to incorporating Coral Gables as a city, and that requires a special team. A team I want you to be a part of.
I'm honored, sir.
As I'm sure you've heard, we're only a day away from launching our electric streetcar line. We'll be having a ceremony to commemorate the launch, but we'll also be making a very important announcement. The new mayor of Coral Gables.
Mayor?
Yes, every new city needs a mayor. Since we're not a very big city, we have the luxury of foregoing elections and having the first one appointed. I think announcing the mayor along with the streetcars will bring heaps of publicity. Wouldn't you say so, Miss Douglas?
I've already got most of the article written. Just need to punch it up a bit with the details.
Why not bring in someone well-known to make a speech at the ceremony? That would certainly make an impression.
I thought you might suggest something like that, Banks. Did you have anyone in mind?
Not for certain, but I'm sure I can find someone in town.
I might be able to help you there, Alfie.
Well then, I look forward to seeing what you accomplish.
Okay, it's weird. It's like, oh, we have summoned you here to make you one of us. Interesting that MS Douglas would be here while all this is being organized. It's almost kind of like a little cabal. Althea Merrick, George's mother. She's told you many stories about the family's journey down from Massachusetts at the beginning of the century. You admire and respect her, and she's shown you a similar attitude. George always seems to get a wistful look in his eyes when he's in this house. Eunice Merrick, nee Peacock, is George's wife. You've known her for a few years now, and she's always been very kind to you. Despite coming from quite an affluent family, she's very humble and down to earth. Marjorie is no longer a reporter for the Herald. Rather, she's finally achieved her goal of becoming a freelance writer. She's been doing lots of promotional material for Mr. Merrick of late. Oh. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. He hasn't shown any, other than just being like a real estate tycoon. He hasn't like been twirling his mustache or anything, so. I mean, it could be worse. Knickknacks and paddywhacks. Althea keeps several small trinkets on her mantle. They look like they're very old. The large stone fireplace is cool and unused. You wonder how often it actually gets lit. Probably as much as, George's mom. It's a lovely landscape, signed by a D. Fink. An old piano takes up one corner of the room. You wonder who the musician of the family is. Well, let's just work our way down the line here, I guess.
I'm eager to see what you come up with, Banks. There never seems to be a dull moment with you around.
Good afternoon, Eunice.
Good afternoon, Alfie. What's on your mind?
Yeah, herself.
How have you been? It's been a while since I last saw you.
It really has been too long, Alfie. But I've been well, thank you. Mostly busy with the PTA at the school George built a couple of years ago. We should have these little gatherings more often. You know you're always welcome here.
You're his wife. Surely George has let something slip about who's going to be mayor.
Oh, Alfie, you know how George is about secrecy. Even if he had told me I couldn't say. especially considering he's standing right over there.
Hello.
You'll find out along with the rest of us.
Sorry. Hello. I will kill you all.
Any insights on places I might be able to find someone well-known to speak at tomorrow's event?
I haven't really been out much lately, but I've heard that the Venetian pool is drawing quite the crowd. It's a beautiful day. Why not go there and get some sun? You might meet someone interesting, too.
I just might do that. Thanks. I'll speak to you later.
Okay.
The pool project they were talking about.
I greatly appreciate your help, son. You truly go above and beyond the call of duty.
Hello, Mrs. Merrick.
Hello, dear.
It's also kind of telling the fact that, for all intents and purposes, like Alfie is very deep into this circle, like knowing the wife and the mom, and George calls him son and everything. For most people, I figured that would be enough. He's got a good job. He's got, in this new developing city, but he just wants more. He just wants to keep on. It's a nice type of ambition. I mean, he's not cruel about it, but still, that can be pretty dangerous.
How have you been feeling?
Just fine, thank you. I'm content to stay in and watch everything going on around.
I'm impressed by all the changes myself. I can't imagine what it must be like for someone who's lived here for so long.
I'm curious to know what this place will look like in 5 years. I hope to be around to see it.
Oh, I'm sure you will. You must be proud of your son.
Extremely. George always did have ambitions, but to see him succeed. From what George has told me, I'm sure your parents are proud of you too.
Yes, I think they are.
I wonder if he's actually contacted his mom since he left.
Would you happen to have an idea of where I might be able to find some well-known people in the community to speak at tomorrow's event?
Well, I don't get out too much these days, but I've heard that some notable people have been playing at the Biltmore Golf Course.
Great. I'll swing by. No pun intended. Nice talking with you.
Always a pleasure, my dear.
Good deal. So we got a pool and a golf course to go to.
Alfred Banks, first mayor of Coral Gables. If only you could see me now, Father.
Oh, so he has it in his head that it's gonna be him. I don't know about that. Where shall we go first? Let's go to the golf course. Don't interrupt him. If he's about to pitch a... That's actually kind of crazy. My granddad had a lamp that had a golfer that looked exactly like that. That would actually look like he hit a ball into a hole. The golfer looks to be concentrating on his next putt. The small cardboard box seems to contain several wooden golf tees. A golf hole. You have no idea which number it is. Oh, they're still building must be the country club. In the distance you can see the skeleton of the Biltmore Hotel. Set to open sometime next year, this is the big project George has been working on for quite some time. This building looks like it's been finished or is very close to completion. That's the Holiday Inn across the way.
Nice day for it.
Yeah, nice day. Wish that building back there was done already. The noise is awfully distracting.
Say, would you mind if I had one of these teas?
Help yourself.
Small wooden golf tee has a sharp metal tip for securing it in the ground. Okay, well, no one really to talk to here. All right. There's a strikeout. Or an OB. A bogey. Oh, now we're talking. Older gentlemen, people swimming in the pool. The crystal blue water of the pool looks extremely inviting on this hot day. Pity you haven't got time for a swim right now. Tower. All right, let's explore. Ooh. The pool provides these lockers for swimmer to keep their clothing and personal effects. Lockers are either locked or empty. An older gentleman is lounging around on a chair in a full suit. He looks incredibly familiar.
Begging your pardon,
What is it, boy?
Mr. Magoo!
I'm sorry to bother you, but you look incredibly familiar. Have we met?
Depends. You're not a politician, are you?
No.
Not
I
yet.
don't think so. You look too clean. I'm William Jennings Bryan. You may have heard of me if you've read a newspaper in the last 30 years.
Of course. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Bryan. My name's Alfie Banks. I work with George Merrick on the Coral Gables development project.
I'm sure that's very exciting work, young man. You tell Mr. Merrick that this pool of his is quite enjoyable.
If I'm not mistaken, you're quite the advocate of prohibition, aren't you?
You bet your buttons I am. These freewheeling wets must be going through a tough time, not having been able to drink in all these years. I was having a conversation with one just last week. He was complaining about limiting freedoms by not allowing the enjoyment of alcohol. Do you know what I said to him? I said, well, if you need it so much, why don't you just call up your pal, Charles Darwin, and have him evolve you an extra hand to slap yourself in the face? Ha! You should have seen the look on him. I love throwing their ridiculous rhetoric back in their faces.
Uh-huh.
Could I be bold enough to ask you for a huge favor?
I'd say that is fairly bold, seeing as we've just met, but boldness is a quality I admire. Ask away.
The thing is, Mr. Merrick is having a ceremony tomorrow to unveil the new line of streetcars, and I think it would be an asset to have someone as famous as you there to give a speech.
Not interested. Streetcars are just the cousins of railroads.
I don't quite follow.
Now is not the time for a debate, son. Suffice it to say that the corporations running the streetcars don't represent the interests of the common man. And I very much care about the interests of the common man. So you'll understand if I politely decline your proposal.
Attempt persuasion. All right.
Mr. Bryan, if you would just listen a moment, I think I can show you that speaking at the event won't be such a terrible thing.
Well, the least I can do is offer you the courtesy of my ears. Have at it, boy. Right. You think I should speak at this rally sponsored by the Streetcar Corporation. I eagerly await your reasoning.
Okay, let's take a look. Cheap suit. History of the Agrarian Revolt. Populist. The streetcar companies aren't involved at all in the rally. Having you at the event will generate lots of publicity. Merrick cares about people, not profits. He wants a nice community.
My boss, Mr. Merrick, he cares about the people. You ought to hear him talk. He doesn't care about profits. He just wants to build a community people can enjoy.
Is that so? Well, he sounds like a man I could respect. I have to admit, what I've seen so far of his project has been inspiring. That he's doing it for the sake of the people is even more so. Not to be rude, but what exactly is the point of this rally, if I might ask?
To inform the community as much as possible. People to buy property. Awareness. Just awareness. Don't want to lay it on too thick, though, right? But
We're trying to let the community know what the Gables has to offer. It's merely to benefit those who don't know about it and may be interested in moving there.
Sounds noble enough. I can support that motivation. I'm sure you understand my caution at lending my support. What sort of image is Merrick trying to go for?
City of the future. Modern convenience and technology for all. City, beautiful. Aesthetics are priority number one. Sunny days and hot nights. Well, I mean, he's sitting here in this nice pool. I don't think he likes modern convenience and technology necessarily if he's a populist. Maybe... let's go for paradise.
He's focusing on the allure of the climate. Coral Gables is a tropical paradise.
Tropical paradise? Is he trying to make his own version of Havana?
Whoops.
Because all they do down there is drink and gamble and engage in all sorts of debauchery. No, sir, I am not interested in that.
Listen, Mr. Bryan, I'm not going to take up much more of your day. I just want you to consider my offer one last time.
Your presence will make sure people have... oh, there you go.
Your presence at the rally will ensure that the people leave with the proper ideals and finely tuned moral compasses.
Well, when you put it that way, it does make the prospect sound considerably more appealing.
So what do you say?
I'm sorry, young man. You have a good way with words, but I'm afraid you just didn't make a compelling enough argument.
Can we do it again?
Begging your pardon.
What is it, boy?
Some weather we're having, isn't it?
Hot as blazes, but my doctor told me I needed to move south for my health.
Aren't you uncomfortable lying out here in a full black suit?
We all need to make sacrifices in life, young man. In any case, I have removed my socks and shoes, which helps. The pool is kind enough to provide lockers. Not having to carry around my personal possessions is quite helpful.
I'll let you get back to your sunbathing.
Appreciated.
I guess we have to go like it. There's no room for argument. Oh, hello, sock. Upon closer examination, you find the sock has the initials WJB monogrammed on the ankle. You stuff the sock back in the locker. The locker is, unfortunately, though not unexpectedly, locked. Hoping this will work, you wedge the metal tip of the golf tee between the door and frame. After wiggling around for a few minutes, the locker comes open, but not before the golf tee snaps in half. Inside the locker, you find a pair of shoes, socks, and a letter, which you unfold and read. Dear William, how are you enjoying Miami? I believe I shall be visiting you soon. I dread each winter more than the last. From what you've told me, it sounds like quite an interesting place, especially the anecdote about ex-Commissioner Miller. What a disgrace. Looking forward to hearing from you soon, Jonathan. You replace the letter and close the locker. You then toss away the broken golf tee. Alright, we'll talk to him in a second. Oh, the only way into this tower seems to be from the water, and you're not equipped for a swim right now.
Begging your pardon.
What is it, boy?
Lie about Miller. Oh, okay.
I thought you might be interested to know that Jeremiah Miller will be speaking at tomorrow's dedication ceremony for Coral Gables.
What? Miller? I thought that booze hound had been disgraced out of office a few years back.
Apparently not. He's the main speaker.
Well, not if I have anything to say about it. You tell Merrick that I'll be the one giving the speech tomorrow. I'm not letting his community be tainted from the get-go.
I'll be sure to pass on the message. I'll let you get back to your sunbathing.
Appreciated.
Well, we still found a way around it, so that's good. Alright, back to the house. Well, actually, before that, let's head to the diner and talk to the soda jerk. The kid behind the counter has the look of someone who's working his first ever job and considers it the most important position in the world.
Welcome to the Gables Diner, sir. Will you be wanting a booth or counter service?
Neither, actually. I was wondering if I could ask you a couple questions.
Sure. I guess that'd be okay.
I've never seen you before. Have you worked here long?
It's coming up on my 6th month next week.
Oh, I guess it's been longer than I thought since I've been by. Hold that thought. I'll be back.
Fair enough. Oh, hold on. We haven't gone back to the office. What's going on in here? We do need a new car, though. George needs to open up the pocketbook for that. Something with a convertible top. Okay, he's not the new secretary anymore, though.
Got a moment, Wilson?
Of course, Banks. What can I do for you?
See you around.
Alright, nothing there.
Could I bother you a moment, Miss Rogers?
No bother, Mr. Banks. What can I do for you?
I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you.
Time to check Merrick's office while he's not here. Oh, George is in his office right now, so the doors are locked. Sensible. Sensible decisions. It doesn't look like there's anything else to do but let George know that we've got the speaker. Maybe this is kind of a Citizen Kane thing. Maybe Alfie ends up being mayor and all hell breaks loose. Or he's like a patsy. That's probably more accurate.
George, I've managed to recruit William Jennings Bryan for the rally tomorrow.
You don't say. That's fantastic. Excellent work, Alfie. This will be a great boon to publicity. Make sure you're there bright and early tomorrow. I want you standing next to me when we make the announcements.
You've got it. See you tomorrow.
That nice white suit, too, in the middle of the Miami heat. He's a brave man.
And so you can all look forward to a bright future in this, the City Beautiful.
I should have went with beauty, not paradise.
Thank you, Mr. Bryan. May I say it's been an honor and a privilege to have you here with us today. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, before we conclude and launch our fleet of streetcars, bringing Coral Gables into the modern age, there's one more matter to attend to. I want to take this opportunity to thank Alfie Banks. Without his hard work, Coral Gables wouldn't even be close to where it is today. Which brings me to the last order of business. As you all know, we have been incorporated as a city, and every city deserves a mayor. So without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to announce the first mayor of the city of Coral Gables.
You close your eyes and take a deep breath, chest swelled with pride. You prepare to step forward.
Edward Doc Dammers.
The swerve.
Thank you, George. It's an honor. People of Coral Gables, allow me to express my excitement at this wonderful opportunity. As your mayor, I guarantee a standard of living like no other.
Would you excuse me?
Whew, at least he didn't make a scene. Wow. Biltmore Hotel opens at last. Things have been interesting in the past year, and changes all around. Although George's dream project, the Biltmore Hotel, has finally opened, there have been signs that the real estate bubble is on the brink of bursting. Oh, and we're dancing. September 1926.
Well, well, if it isn't Alfie Banks. Fancy running into you at the Biltmore. I thought you'd picked up and gone back to New York. Where have you been?
I don't know. How do we want to... She is a reporter, and she is working for George, so...
I've been around.
Oh, come on. You can't still be sore about being snubbed for mayor, can you?
How did you...
I'm a journalist, Banks. It's my job to notice things. It's been over a year. Can't you let it go?
No.
It's just... I feel like all the work I've put in over the past few years has meant nothing. Honestly. What do I have to show for it? I came down here to restore my family name, to honor my father's legacy, and instead I've just been going around running errands like a fool.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, Banks. If you're looking for a pat on the back every time you make a sale, Merrick's outfit might not be for you. Not to say he's ungrateful, he's just extremely focused and he knows how to take advantage of his resources.
Take advantage is right.
Anyway, I hate to put a damper on your pity party, but I came here tonight as a reporter, and I think you ought to know there's a big storm headed this way.
What?
Yep, they're saying it's going to be a pretty big hurricane. You might want to get home while you still have one.
I'm sure they're just exaggerating. Wouldn't they have said something sooner?
Weather's not easy to predict.
Well, I appreciate the warning, but I'm sure things will be fine.
Suit yourself. I'm going to notify the people in charge of this party.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get right on that.
I guess she has a point. No reason to stick around here moping. I'd better get home.
Oh, dancers? This is quite the party. You're impressed by the dancers' stamina. They never seem to tire. A couple of wallflowers sit in deep conversation, seemingly oblivious to the party around them. A group of ladies are foregoing the dancing and instead are involved in a very deep conversation. All right, to the lobby. If we know there's a hurricane on the way, we gotta skedaddle. Ooh. The large sofa is provided for guests to take a break and rest their hindquarters. Button is used to call the elevator. You currently have no business going upstairs. Very nice lobby, though. Can we sit on the sofa? Take a load off? Well, that was refreshing. Alright, to the front entrance. Oh.
Excuse me, pal. I'm looking for a fellow named Tom Walsh. You know him by any chance?
Capone?
I'm afraid not, sorry.
Perfectly fine. I suppose I'll just have to wait for him upstairs.
Dude looked like Al Capone. Just like Dr. Moreau.
Haven't I seen that face somewhere before?
Is that actually Capone? That would be crazy. Alright, to the front entrance.
Well, where is everybody? Surely this hurricane can't be that serious a threat.
Spoiler alert. Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of the faithful trip. Oh, hell's bells. Chapter 3, After the Hurricane. Whoa!
Gentlemen, thank you for meeting me here. I realize this hurricane has dealt a significant blow to our operations, but don't be alarmed. As you can see, our old sales office withstood much of the hurricane's damage, much like the city of Coral Gables itself. Things may be bad around the rest of Miami, but we will come back from this. In the past week, I've sent letters to our landowners assuring them that we've taken minimal damage. Coral Gables will rise from the ashes like a great phoenix. Let's carry on as usual. We have a lot of catching up to do. Alfie, before you go, could I speak with you a moment?
I have errands for you.
A rather large favor from you.
Yep.
You don't say. What might that be?
I've been hearing some worrying rumors concerning the Biltmore Hotel.
What sort of rumors?
It's no secret that organized crime has seen a spike lately, but I never thought it would reach us. I've heard stories of illicit gambling and alcohol being served somewhere in the hotel. I would appreciate it if you could investigate and report back to me.
Okay, I'll see what I can find.
And Alfie, please be discreet.
I'll try.
I wonder how much Alfie's being paid for being the Fix-It Man. So that was Capone. Benny the hotel doorman stands by, waiting for guests to enter and exit so we can greet them or say goodbye. Do we have any... Ooh. You've been making a decent salary the past few years, so you often carry cash with you. The hotel clerk sits at the desk looking quite bored. Okay, well, who do we talk to first? Let's talk to the doorman.
Everything good with you, Benny?
Good enough, Mr. Banks. Thanks for asking.
Glad to hear it. Keep up the good work. Excuse me.
How may I help you, sir?
Don't I know you from the Hotel Belmont on Flagler Street?
Yes, I used to work there a few years ago.
I thought so. That was the first place I stayed when I got here.
Oh.
Things certainly seem to have changed for the both of us since then.
It does seem that way, sir.
Hopefully the rates have gone up.
Anything interesting you can tell me about the hotel?
It hasn't even been open for a year, but already I've seen more celebrities and high society folks in here than I knew existed. This place is really something special. It's definitely Mr. Merrick's finest work.
You don't happen to have noticed any strange goings-on lately, have you?
I'm not quite sure I follow. What do you mean exactly?
I'm thinking of certain activities which are best kept behind closed doors.
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about, sir. And if I can offer a bit of advice, I don't think you should be asking these sorts of questions.
Yeah, so much for being discreet.
Did the hurricane cause much damage to the hotel?
Luckily, no. It knocked over a few trees, but no major structural damage. The hotel I used to work at downtown, though, oh, that got completely destroyed.
That's a real shame.
I'll say. Would have been more so if I'd still been working there.
I'll let you get back to work.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, let's head to the lobby. And actually, I'll tell you what, guys. Let's go ahead and have a sit on the sofa. This is actually a perfect place to go ahead and call it an episode. When we get back, we'll explore more of the hotel, hopefully, and figure out what we can discover about organized crime here for George. Unless he's involved in it somehow. That'd be interesting. But I hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.